No, 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 no. Yo, 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 welcome to a new episode of Paradise Mindset. Today we talk about saying no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. One of the most important things I've learned during my entrepreneurship in the last almost 20 years is that I have to set up boundaries for myself, because I can get lost in ideas or proposed projects very quickly. So I have to set myself boundaries, and the only way to set up boundaries for yourself is to say no. Saying no to a project means saying yes to myself, to my values, to my belief, maybe to my time as well. No sounds negative, but it's super positive. And saying no, or learning to say no, is a superpower. I know a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine, who are not able to say no. If you come up with an idea, hey, let's do this and that, they always say yes. But this yes is meaningless, because it doesn't mean yes. They're saying yes in the sense of maybe I'm into it, or even some people say yes but still mean no. So my way to get a proper answer is to ask the questions in a way that the people are supposed to say no if they don't like it. Or if they like it, they say no. So, do you mind if I propose a new project for you? And then the other side says no, it's okay. Or if I'm calling somebody, the first question I'm always asking, it's not that I'm asking, do you have time for me? Because first of all, what kind of time frame we're talking about? 2 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatsoever. And if people are saying yes, it just means maybe they have time for a minute, but I want to talk, or my topic needs like 5 to 10 minutes. You never know. Am I bothering you? Are you stressed right now, or whatsoever? So, and they're saying no, it's okay, let's talk. Then I know I have their full attention, and I know we can talk about my topic as long as I need to talk about it. But it's a clear answer and a clear way to say, okay, let's have a conversation. If they're saying, yes, it's stressful right now, I really can't talk about this, that's not a problem, let's talk later. We always have like two sides in the game of client work or working with brands. It's like you have the ideas, you sometimes propose to brands or pitch, and they don't like it, but it's the other way around. If a brand comes up to me and wants to work with me or wants to do a video production, it's not that I don't need to say yes. I have to figure out for myself if the client and the project is a good fit for myself as well. I'm looking for different things in projects. Does the client, the brand, have the right mindset? Are they willing to take risks, to go the extra mile, to push the boundaries? Are they having enough budget? Or is the brand coming up to me and saying, yeah, you can work for exposure, you're gonna get a lot of exposure with this project, but spoiler alert, working for exposure really never worked for me, and it also doesn't pay the rent. So I don't work for exposure. Just because brands proposing projects to me doesn't mean that I need to say yes to all the projects which are being put on my table. And the other thing is, with saying no and not saying yes all the time, yeah, that's a good idea and that's a good idea, I'm always saying no. If I don't think that's a good idea, I say no, that's not a good idea. Let's think in another direction, or let's try to figure out another way to do it. It seems to be very rude, but I, for myself, can just say I'm trying to be as honest as possible, because the more clear I can state my visions and my ideas, the easier it is for other people to understand them, and then they can see if they want to go this direction or not. That if I'm saying yes to something, then I'm fully committed as well. So it's not a yes in a sense of maybe, it's always a yes in a sense of 100%, okay, let's do this. And that's something which I think the brands and people who are working with me on a daily basis and so on like as well, that it's very clear that I'm committing to something, I'm 100% committed. And if not, I don't do it. I started to have success in the moment I started to say no to projects. Because I can be so enthusiastic about new projects, doing more films, because that's really what I love. I mean, I've turned my passion into my profession. So I'm earning money with something that I really, really love. I have to not challenge myself, but I have to limit myself, because in the end, my day has only 24 hours, as yours as well, so I can't do anything. So I have to be very careful with the projects I'm selecting to do. Doing this as a profession, saying no to projects, because in the end you're also saying no to a budget and to earning money. But a friend of mine is saying that in order to catch a ball, you need your hands to be free. If I'm doing a lot of small projects with tight or no budgets, but for exposure, I'm just working my ass off, and I don't have the time to find the right projects and clients to work with. So I'm limiting myself in a sense. My ideas and my work is all over the place, and I can't really focus on the right things to do if I'm just say I have to maybe find new agencies. I'm introducing myself as a director, production companies or brands to work with. So that needs time. And if I'm just doing a lot of projects or too many projects, I don't have the time to do the proper tasks I need to do. Most of the times the balance is between getting a lot of money, but the creative freedom is very low, and on the other hand you have high creative freedom. You can do or less do whatever you want, but the budget is very tight. And for myself, I don't want to distinguish anymore between money projects and passion projects. I want to have a fusion of those coming together, and it's not very easy, but it already happened a couple of times. So I know that those projects are out there, or I have to create those projects for me and find the right brands to partner with, so I can make my passion projects into the projects I'm earning a lot of money with. Budget is always a limiting factor, and it sometimes limits your idea and what's possible as well. And if the client asks for a Porsche, but they don't have only have money for a Golf, it won't work. The expectations are way too high for the financial possibilities you're having. You won't get a brand new Porsche for the price of a Golf. It's different price ranges. So you have to lower your expectations, or you have to level up the budget. Positioning myself and knowing what projects are good for me or are something which are fulfilling for me, creative fulfilling and money-wise fulfilling, it always helped me to look out for more projects like this, or create projects which tick those boxes. It's not good for me, it's not good for my health, even if I'm earning money with it, but it's not good for my mental health, which is of very high value for me, is that I'm feeling good and that I'm good. Because I'm not here to please other people. First of all, I'm here to be happy and do my stuff, and if I can then help or inspire other people, then that's a blessing. But first of all, my well-being is number one. I usually don't have an idea problem. It's the opposite. I'm having way too much ideas. There's no worth in ideas. The worth of ideas lays in the execution, if bringing ideas to life. And the more ideas I can bring to life, or at least try to bring to life, or have a proof of concept or a minimal valuable product, whatever you call it, but the more ideas I can turn into reality, the better I get and the more I'm learning, and that's value I'm creating. Saying no at an early stage really helps to position yourself and will make your life easier in the end. Another thing I've learned, and that's something which I think is really, really good advice, and that's if I'm being proposed a project or a client or brand comes up for me for collaboration, I always ask myself, will it make Paradise go bigger or shine brighter? And that's something I've learned in the so-called mystery school by Bronques, who was or is still a photographer, and he runs the podcast Make Art Not Content, and he was talking about the British rowing team who were practicing for the 2012 Olympic Games in London, and with every new exercise or habit they tried, they always asked themselves, will it make the boat go faster? And if the exercise wasn't helping them going faster, they abandoned it and tried something different. And I think it's a very, very good approach, and that's something which, at least for me, helped myself to decide what kind of projects would I take on and which will I decline. So let's just have a quick summary. Learn, that's a really, really important skill, I have to say, and really try to learn it, practice it. Say no. Say no to things which don't feel good, where you see red flags. Setting up boundaries not only helps yourself, that you know, okay, this is the way I want to go and this is the direction I'm taking. It also helps to find the proper clients, and clients know what they can ask you for and what not, which makes life really easy. And with saying no and setting up boundaries, you also learn to value yourself. How do I price my artworks? It's a mysterium. It's not that easy. And with everyone asking for a price and then saying, oh, it's way too high, you're always reconsidering or asking yourself, am I not good enough? If you don't value your work, how should other people value your work? So it's very easy. It always has to start with you. If you're saying yes to projects, ideas, whatsoever, you're fully committed. And that's something which I really appreciate if I'm working with people and they've learned to say no. And as soon as they start to saying yes to something, I know they're fully committed, I'm fully committed, and we can take it from here. And that's something which I really, really appreciate. What I also appreciate, if you like this episode, please put a thumbs up. If you have questions or something to add, put it in the comments. And if you want to see more of this, subscribe to the Paradise channel on YouTube.